Oh, it's a bit chilly in here. It's a bit cold. Yeah, just wanted to make a quick video on what it's like to live with a moderate intellectual disability. So, when I was a child, I got diagnosed with a moderate disability. This was withheld from me until I was at the age of 17. It was actually I received it in the mail, and it said that my IQ was under 70. It was only after 18 years old that I learned what my IQ was, and I'm not going to disclose it because people are going to say, well, no, you don't have this IQ because you speak like this, or someone with an IQ of XYZ wouldn't be able to type like you, or wouldn't be able to talk like you, or wouldn't be able to do X, Y like you. So I'm just not going to mention the score, but I will say it is in the moderate range. So obviously with the intellectual disability, it makes it tough to live in a neurotypical world, especially when you're also a person who is on the autism spectrum, or the spectrum for short. Um, it can be quite. Sorry, I had to burp. Just had a bit of Coca Cola and had what do you call it? Some acid. I have some acid reflux in my stomach. But yeah, what I was gonna say was, see here's the part again where I lose my train of thought like Joe Biden. I forgot what I was gonna say about, yeah, being on the autism spectrum. That was what I was alluding to. It can be hard because your daily living skills are severely compromised, such as self-care, like hygiene. You suck so bad at taking care of yourself that you often neglect actually looking after yourself. You struggle with basic tasks like cutlery. It can be so difficult just to cut a chicken parma. Yes, I say parma. As we do in Victoria, we call it parma, not palmy. Parma gang, uh, chicken parma. Um, just cutting it can be so difficult. It can be quite hard and stressful because you don't have the motor skills. Your hand, I can see my hands, like they're normal hands or feminine hands really, but it's just the skills and the strength in these hands that makes me unable to, and the intellectual functioning that makes me unable to cut properly. Um, there's also some what do you call it, correlations between intellectual disabilities and borderline personality disorder. So I've got borderline traits. My dad had borderline personality disorder, but with my intellectual disability, I have borderline traits. So that can mean you have really poor control of your emotions. Impulsivity is very common in intellectual disability. So very impulsive, temper tantrums. There could be a bit of a sensitive one. This one, there can be self-harm, which I won't go into mention. I thought I want this video to be not 18 and over. I want this to be not a trigger warning, so I won't get into that part of the video. But I do have experience with that as well, and that can be part of the intellectual disability. And oh my god, Vice President, Donald Trump, President Putin, Putin, President Zelensky. Um, what was I going to say? Ah, see, I forgot what I was going to say again. See, it happens. It happens a lot. Like it just happens a lot. I just lose my train of thought and I forget. So yeah, impulsivity and self harm, which I was not gonna get into, as I want this video to not be 18 plus. There's also a what do you call it? Um, a issue with speech at times, such as being able to form sentences. That can be a struggle. But I'd say I'm pretty capable of speaking. I don't know if I've done better than Joe Biden so far. If I've done better than Joe Biden so far, write in the comments below or like the video so I know I did better than Joe Biden. But yeah, and that's really sad because if I'm doing better than the president of the biggest and best country in the world, then that's crazy. So I don't expect to be doing better. But yeah, with the intellectual disability, it can be quite hard. Making friends, emotional regulation, tasks such as cutting food and all that stuff. So yeah, that's a hard aspect. Finding jobs, that's one I forgot to mention. Finding jobs, it can be very hard to work because of the motor skills. Again, the motor skills are big. So the practical domain of the intellectual disability is what hurts me the most, and the academic side as well. But in terms of writing, I'm actually really good. Like my drawing is bad, it's terrible. Like I can't write. Computer, no. Writing is really messy. But my what do you call it? Typing skills for vocabulary can be very exceptional. So yeah, that's a blessing. Fortunately, I was actually told I do pretty well on my YouTube videos, although I did have a few gaffes and stutters here. I do have a speech disorder, by the way, in case you're wondering why I stutter. It's called dysphoria. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Dysphoria. Mild dysphoria. Dysphoria. I don't know how to pronounce it. But, yeah. Just yeah. So it's quite tough, but I wanted to make this video to say that it can be a hard disability, but don't let it limit your life. Still aim to score high, aim to succeed, and don't be misguided. What's the word? I can't find the right word. Don't be disheartened that you can't do things as well as others. You always can do things at your own pace, so don't be too hard on yourself. And yeah, just keep it up and always make efforts to get better. If you fail something once, do it again. If you fail something twice, do it again. If you fail a third time, then you probably shouldn't do it a fourth time. Although you should probably try, but if you don't do it a fourth time, then probably move on to something else to be more easier. Because at the same time, you've got to be persistent. But of course, if something is not showing results, you also got to be smart enough to move on to other realistic goals and try to set those in a more realistic manner. So, yeah, that's how it is with intellectual disability. I just wanted to make this video. Sort of an update since I made intellectual disability videos in the past. I don't do them as much. But yeah, that's what it's like with a moderate intellectual disability. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. It's currently 7:20 p.m. Gonna eat KFC now, and watch a bit of footy, and probably go to bed. Here comes that burp again. Watch the footy, and go to bed around 10:30 or 11 o'clock. So yeah, that's my Friday night. So, see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.